There we go. Hello, Indianapolis moms. I am Kate here with Kim from Stony Creek Swim Center. If you have been a follower of us for a while, you know how much Indianapolis moms loves Stony Creek. So I'm really excited to sit down and chat all things that are going on and what amazing programs and things you have to offer families in the area. So Kim, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
So let's just jump right in there. Go ahead. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about Stony Creek and what makes Stony Creek different compared to other swim schools and swim centers in the area.
Well, we have been around since 1989. My mom actually started Stony Creek at the old Omni Hotel. Yeah. So it's not even there anymore. And I was 7 years old when we started. And so we've been open going on 32 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we are truly family owned and operated. I know there's a lot of programs that say they may have started as a family owned business, but it is still the original people. My mom has retired for the most part. So I'm, at the helm these days. But it really is family owned and operated. My sister-in-law works here. My brothers, my cousins, my nieces, nephews, everybody has worked here at some point. So
and I love that. And I will say, when you go to Stony Creek, you can feel that it is a family atmosphere. You can tell that it's family owned. You can tell that everybody knows people there. So it's a great atmosphere to be in.
I actually have a couple of teachers now who are old enough to work for me who were like students at one point, and it makes you feel really old.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. So, just a few other differences. We truly do tailor our lessons to the needs of the student. There's a lot of ways you can teach out there, and each of our levels has skills and goals, but depending on the students that are enrolled in it, the teacher will make accommodations. They'll change things up. So it's not a cookie cutter where, if you're in this level and if you're not at that level, you're just going to fail. The teachers have all been trained and are really good at altering it and making those accommodations.
That's great.
We also have a huge number of special abilities teachers. And so there's a large number of my staff, I don't know the current number, who are certified to teach special abilities through the United States Swim School Association.
Okay.
And we are the only member school
that's cool.
Currently in central Indiana. There's another one up in northern Indiana, but we're the only one in central Indiana who is part of that association. And it's a huge association. So
that's awesome. That is awesome. So I know a lot of families are extremely interested in getting their kids into lessons, getting them to do different activities. But with the current situation that's going on, families are a little hesitant. Yeah. Can you share with us some of the safety precautions that you have put into place to keep your families and all your students safe?
Yeah, definitely. That has been a top priority since March. We were closed end of March, April, and May. We reopened in June. And with that came a lot of changes. Mm-hmm. Some of the most notable ones, we do have a mask mandate, a mask requirement for everyone 4 years and older, anytime they're not in the pool. We obviously you do not wear masks.
Right.
In the pool. However, if they're in the viewing areas, when they're walking in and just coming to their class, we ask them to wear the mask until right before you walk out onto the pool deck. So we've got that. All of our instructors wear plastic face shields. I'm sure you guys have seen them. There's ones with glasses and stuff. They all wear the plastic face shields while they're teaching. So each teacher has their own face shield with their name on it. It's stored, cleaned. So we're trying to minimize any type of cross-contamination with our staff. So we've got that. All of our classes have been we've done this for a long, long time, but we've kind of upped it recently where they swim in a circuit or a circle swimming.
Okay.
So it kind of they go in a circle.
Right.
what it sounds like. And that just really helps keep the kids from sitting next to each other for too long or standing next to each other. A couple of just other things, we've reduced the capacity of people. So we're asking, and this is one thing that we have to continuously remind people as this has gone along, we only want one parent or caregiver coming to lessons unless it's absolutely necessary. We do understand that there are families that they need that second person, but in general, if you can get away with just one parent or caregiver to bring them to lessons, we ask that you do that. And we're not allowing any guests. So no grandparents, no aunts and uncles.
That's okay. Like that. You can take pictures, do videos, send it that way.
And we've actually told people they're welcome. We don't care who brings the kids. Let grandma bring them one night, it's fine. We don't care as long as it's okay with the parents, So we reduced our capacities. And then I think the other really big thing is we've loosened our absence and makeup policies.
Okay.
As everybody knows at this point, if you're quarantined, it's 2 weeks.
Right.
We ask that parents, even if it's like 10 days, we ask that they miss 2 weeks of lessons. And normally in the past we wouldn't have done 2 makeups, but we've obviously kind of backed off on that and allowing makeups to last a little bit longer. So that if they are sick, they have some time to get back and kind of pick it back up.
That's
and
great. That's nice. And I will say, when we've been there, and I've noticed even with the baby classes, most of the parents also have the face shields, which I saw you also recommend for the adults in the pool.
Yeah, if they're in the water, we do recommend that they wear the face shields. We try to send out a link to it a few times a month so that if they, want to purchase one, they can. We have not required that, but we do strongly encourage it.
And what I'll do is I can link in the comments for everybody your safety precautions that you have, the plan in place, because I think it's so reassuring when you know that it's safe and you feel comfortable. So yeah.
And that's our goal. We can't do what we are here to do. We can't do what we love if we don't have families here. And if they don't feel safe coming, then obviously they're not going to. So that has been our goal since the beginning, is just make a safe, comfortable environment. And we know the water's safe. So our focus has been on the viewing areas and, that interaction. That was definitely our biggest challenge.
And I'll say, as a parent, when I take my daughter, all the seats are spaced out, and you can still see just fine. You do have, the great thing is you do have 2 viewing areas. Yep. So you could be in the one from the one side, or you can go to the other one, but so there's plenty of space to spread out and not be on top of each other.
Yes. So we've definitely tried to keep people spaced out, floor signs, all sorts of stuff. So
yes,
it's been successful so far.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
So now let's start talking a little bit about lessons. So when, parents are considering lessons and getting started, what is kind of the one bit of advice you can provide to families when they're considering swim lessons? Why should they start them? What are the benefits?
I wish that there was just one that I could come up with. There's a couple.
Or a couple.
There's a few. First, swimming is like learning an instrument or playing a sport. It takes time. It's not something you can just do. Most normal people can't just pick it up in a day or 2. So enrolling in year-round lessons and staying enrolled really helps with that. And no child is ever drown-proof.
Right.
We've unfortunately learned that in the last few months. Kids are not drown-proof, but the longer they're in and the more consistently they're in, the more likely they are to be water safe. So just like riding a bike, they have to keep practicing. They're going to fall down that first couple of times, but they have to keep practicing and, until they have it right. So I think being in consistently and starting young are probably the 2 of the biggest things that we really push.
So year round, a lot of families, they get started in the winter or the fall, and then summer comes and they kind of are like, well, time for the pool. My kid knows swimming, Yes,
exactly. And like I said, just like learning an instrument or like trying to learn a foreign language. You're not going to take a couple of classes and then hop on a plane and, go to France and think that you're going to be able to communicate.
Right.
Swimming's the same way. You're not going to put them in for a couple of weeks and then, go to the pool and expect them to be 100% safe. So staying in consistently, starting when they're young. We have our program, a Water Babies program, which I know we've talked about previously, that is for babies 4 weeks, not months, 4 weeks to 6 months old. And it's a free class. And then we offer a discount if you stay in for the rest of our baby classes. So it really helps those kids. I can tell you, if I see like a little, 2 or 3 year old swimming a good distance, they probably came from the Water Babies class and they've probably been in consistently their entire lives. Those are I've had to add levels
for kids.
Because I have this group of kids that they started at 4 weeks old and they've been in, the entire time. And by 2.5, they're swimming half the length of the pool.
That's awesome.
And so I had to add a whole new level. It's called a SEALs. And that is literally where that came from. We were like, what are we going to do with these 3-year-olds who can swim the whole length of the pool?
Right.
So that's kind of what those are. But we definitely encourage families to stay in, even through the summer. A lot of people, they think, oh, I'm going to be at the pool. I can take some time off. Teaching your own child to swim is very different than just going to the pool and playing, which we love. We want parents to take their kids to the pool. But trying to teach a lesson to your child, I don't know if you guys have ever tried to do that. It doesn't. Haven't we all at this point?
Yeah.
We're all
experts.
Exactly. So staying in through the summer is great. We also have, they're called splash classes, and they're 2-week kind of like boot camp type classes. We offer those at our outdoor pool in Carmel.
Oh, cool.
And they are fantastic, especially if you're going to be gone for a couple weeks in the summer. Take weeks off, but do a splash session, and it's going to really give them that boost that they need. So,
are those like every day for 2 weeks? Is that how those go? Oh,
Monday through Thursday for 2 weeks. So you get 8 lessons in a session. And then we save Fridays for like rain delays, makeup, stuff like that.
Where's that pool? You said it's an outdoor pool in Carmel. Where's that at?
It is. It's at 146th Street.
Okay.
Between Gray and Cary.
Oh, okay.
There's a neighborhood there. It's called Woodgate.
Yes.
Actually was their old HOA like neighborhood pool.
Okay.
So we transformed it into our little outdoor play pool. We love it out there.
That's awesome. Well, that's such a good central area too. So that's fantastic. Good to know.
We have families that we don't see them anytime throughout the year, and every single year we see them back for splash lessons. So,
and do those run through the entire summer?
We usually do 3 or 4 sessions, depending on when school's starting.
Okay.
So they're 2 weeks. They start the week of June 7th, I believe, this year. Okay. And then they'll run for 3 to 4 sessions, just kind of based on demand.
Pretty cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So speaking of summer, I know a lot of families are also looking for safe and fun activities for their kids because we've all been stuck inside. Yeah. So let's talk about Stony Creek's summer camp. What can you share with us about this amazing camp?
It is one of the highlights of our year. It's exhausting.
I'm sure.
It is so much fun. We have another location that we just do summer camps at in Fishers at Cumberland and 116th Street.
Okay.
So it's a fantastic location. The camps are 1 week, and then we also are offering 2-day camps this year. So you can come on just Tuesday and Thursday. Okay. So that's a good option, especially for the younger ones who aren't quite ready to do a full, 5-day camp.
Right.
Each week has a different theme. We've got some really awesome themes coming up. We're bringing back some of the themes that we had last year. So we're bringing back our Disney theme.
That's fun.
Disney, every week we bring in princesses to, meet everybody. And but then we also added a couple of really cool ones this year. I think the biggest one that is going to be the biggest hit is a video game themed.
I'm sure.
Minecraft, Fortnite, all of those.
Oh, yes.
Those fun things. But they
Roblox.
won't be sitting around and playing. They're not going to be playing and stuff. It's going to be just activities that are, themed around those different things.
I love that.
Yeah. We also are going to be bringing in guests every week. We did this last year, but we've got some great guests coming in this year. Last year, we brought in Professor Steve for our science week.
Okay.
And we brought in a race car. So all the kids got to close and personal with the race car. So we'll be doing that again this year, just based on the themes. Each week, we'll have someone fun. And then last year, we also installed this amazing obstacle course. It's insane. Like, I don't even know what all they've done, but it's so much fun. And the kids have a blast with it. They get to do weekly water balloon fights.
Oh, yeah.
Just all sorts of fun stuff. So it's a great opportunity for the kids to really get out there and interact in a safe way. We've lowered the numbers in each group. So each group is a smaller group, and they stay together, and they, they eat lunch together. They go to their activity together. So we're, kind of keeping them separated so that they're not all mixing. So you're not talking about kids mixing, 50 kids all together.
Right.
It's going to be 5 to 10 kids.
That's good.
The same counselor every day, unless somebody's sick, obviously. We take temperatures before kids get out of the car. And so far, we didn't have any exposure or anything last year, which last year was scary.
Right.
We were still in the early stages of this. So I think going into this year, we'll be able to do even more now that we know what we're doing.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the structure of the camp, you have daily activities, they do lunch, arts and crafts, but what is kind of the big perk about this camp?
They get swimming lessons.
Yeah, I think that is so cool. Like it's built-in swimming lessons. So you're going to camp, you're going to have fun, and you're going to get some swimming lessons.
Yep. And they get free swim time. We have some play time, but they do get a lesson, just very similar to what we have here. A few minor changes. We don't try to teach quite as many skills in that short amount of time, but they get a great lesson with some great teachers. I've got some really amazing staff out there that just have excelled, and the staff has really made this program what it is. So they are a great group out there.
I love that. And we will make sure to link all the details of that summer camp in the comments too. When does registration open for that?
Starts on February 1st.
Oh, so it's coming up.
It is, yeah. Just about a week away, I think.
I know.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah, we'll start that on February 1st. And then we'll have our splash class schedule up on February 1st as well.
Okay, awesome. So Kim, is there anything else you want to add before we close? Anything else you can think? I know, sorry to throw you in the spot. Yeah, I know you talked about the water babies, and we have a really great post that I will also add there. Do you currently have a wait list for the water babies?
Not too bad. Some of the evening ones are a little more full, but we do have space during the daytime.
Okay.
Daytime's a great time to come. If you are home with the kids and can come to lessons during the day, it's so much quieter. And I mean, it's just a much more chill, relaxed atmosphere.
Get them out. It's an activity to get them out of the house,
Get out of the house. So, so we've got that. And then I think the other thing that I should let you guys know is our unlimited free drop-ins.
Yes.
It's fantastic. So from September to the end of February every year, we offer free drop-ins. And a drop-in is where you call us the day of. You say, hey, I want to get my kid into a turtles class today. And we will put them in, and they get an extra lesson free of charge.
That's so cool.
It's a huge value for your lesson cost. So swimming more than once a week is a huge benefit anyway. And then to get it for free is.
And that's from September to the end of February.
Yeah. Starting in March, we're just too full to accommodate that. But we do still offer drop-ins. They just are at a charge. Like we do charge for them.
Okay.
Like during the peak season.
Right.
So, but from September to February, they're free. So
that's a great perk, especially when it's cold out and you just kind of need to burn some steam.
Yep.
Go to the pool.
Great option.
Awesome.
Great option.
Well, Kim, it's always so great talking with you. You know, Indianapolis moms, we are huge supporters of Stony Creek. We just love you. And be sure you are heading over to Instagram as well, because each week we highlight the lessons that we are currently doing. My daughter, I tell her every week, I'm like, I think you are part fish, because every week she's getting stronger and she's so confident. And it's, you know, it's just been such a great experience, because I think, like you said, the importance of water safety and just learning. You can't just do that in a summer. You have to be consistent and just have the right tools and skills to do that. So,
yep, you do. And I mean, if anybody has questions about, you know, where their child needs to be level wise, or just how our program works, please call us. My office staff is more than happy to talk to people and explain all sorts of, answer questions, do whatever needs to be said.
Perfect. So they can just give you a call and say, my kid is a little hesitant in the water, you know, and you will move them where they need to be. So
yep, always.
That's perfect. Well, thank you so much, Kim.
Thank you.
We will link everything. And Indianapolis moms, feel free to message us or add the comments if you have comments or questions for Stony Creek. So, well, I hope you have a wonderful afternoon.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.